So this is the Pixel 9 Pro XL with the Tensor G4 and 16 gigabytes of RAM. And today it's going to face off against its predecessor, the Google Pixel 8 Pro with Tensor G3 and 12 gigs of RAM in this speed test. So what is up, guys? Nick here, helping you to master your technology, and welcome to my Pixel 9 Pro XL versus the Pixel 8 Pro speed test. You can see that G logo got a little bit bigger, and shout outs to the hashtag Team Pixel. This is a hashtag gift from Google. They did send this out for me to check out, but everything I say in this video is of my own opinion and my own creation. Also, you can see I have the porcelain color option here. And I also have this one. You can see they definitely got a little bit lighter and they got rounded edges now. So the phone itself actually looks more premium. I feel like the camera bar sticks out similarly, but has a different shape. So let's go ahead and boot these up at the same time in 3, 2, go. And the XL actually looks a little bit larger to me as well. The Google Pixel 9 Pro XL also does have 4 more gigabytes of RAM. So we'll see if that plays into anything. It's also like the first phone with like Gemini specifically in mind. This one does have it as well on the right, and you see the Pixel 9 Pro XL did boot up first. But this one is really a very good AI smartphone, as is this one. But this one is the first one really like pushing it really home with the AI. So it's an exciting year for Gemini on the 9 Pro XL, but you've seen this one did turn on faster. Okay, so when it comes to biometric, both of these products do have face unlock, and I have the face unlock like to go straight in. Like you can actually swipe to unlock it, but I have it on skip. You've seen generally it's about the same, so there's not a major difference there. Let's do it at the same time. And you can see they have basically the same animation. One more time. And it goes right in. I also tried to fool this with a picture, and it wasn't super easy to do here. So let's go ahead now and take a look at the fingerprint sensor, and you could see both of them have a similar animation going in. I actually found that the Pixel 9 Pro XL though has been a little bit snappier for me when it comes to the fingerprint sensor, but generally it's not a major difference. Both of them do pretty well here on this front, but I do like the more rounded edges of the newer Pixel 9 Pro XL, as I mentioned in my review of the phone already, which I covered a couple of weeks back, but definitely both of them unlock very quickly. Now, when it comes to the software, we're on Android 14 for both, and both of these do have several years of updates, with the Pixel 9 Pro supporting you for 7+ years. Generally, the software is very smooth, and this is a high resolution 120 Hz display, so it's a very smooth panel. And day to day, with the Google software being pretty vanilla, not super over the top with features, like in terms of like a skin, it's bare bones, and it's basically the way Android was intended to be. Stock, you can see we do have 120 Hz smooth display. This phone overall, just every day, no matter what you're doing, it just always feels liquid smooth. It's just really nice in terms of the general, like the home screens, going to the over here in this section to go to these quick toggles, going into the app drawer. This is what I'm talking about. Navigating the phone itself just always feels like a very liquidy smooth display. So, and that comes down to the adaptive refresh on both of these, I think. All right, guys, so here we are at the app test. Everything is closed out for both. Let's see if this Pixel 9 Pro XL is a little bit snappier than the Pixel 8 Pro. Let's go to calendar. That was a little faster on the left. Pretty nice. Let's go into clock. That was close. I think that was pretty similar, so I didn't see much of a difference there. Now, keep in mind that daily apps is just a pretty basic thing for both phones to do. However, I will be looking towards the RAM management test after this to see if that 16 gigs of RAM holds the apps better. You can see they have a different theme because I have a different theme on, but both of them launch calculator very similarly. I do feel like Gemini is a little snappier. Here we go on the left. It's definitely snappier on the newer 9 Pro XL. I've tried it out on both. It's not like way faster, but Gemini is definitely a little bit more optimized. I think better for the newer 9 Pro XL. Let's go into Google News here. And no thanks. And Google News did launch first on the left and first again on the left. Let's go into technology. And you'll see a little faster on the left. So that's nice. A little bit snappier there. When scrolling, that's going to be about the same on both of them. Let's swipe up out of there, and we'll go into Play Store. And I think that was the 8 Pro, if I'm not mistaken, but they were loading a different section. This one was loading offers. Let's do that again. I want them to load the same section. And you could see now it was faster on the left. I want to do that one more time. We'll launch it here with games. Let's do Play Store one more time. Yeah, slightly faster on the left. Let's hit top charts. Pretty close there. So generally just kind of navigating the Google OS is going to be, the Google Pixel OS is going to be pretty similar here on both. You'll see faster on the left. And this is only a 1 year upgrade. It's not like we're looking at the 7 Pro, 6 Pro here. This is a 1 year difference. So it's not going to be drastic, but if you had like a 7 Pro, like over here, it could be bigger for you. Let's get up out of here. And what is drastic is the 9 Pro Fold. That was faster on the left. What is drastic is the Pixel 9 Pro Fold is definitely a drastic departure from the original Pixel Fold. So definitely that's drastic. Let's go into YouTube. And that was faster for sure on the left. Let's go into trending. Go to the trending tab. And a little bit faster on the left. So I'm seeing not a massive difference, but I'm seeing a slightly snappier performance on the Pixel 9 Pro XL so far. And when I say slight, I mean really slight, like maybe 0.1 seconds. You see right there, once again, like 0.1 seconds. Let's go into eBay, and that's faster on the left. And we'll go into Groupon. This one is asking for this. I probably should have because I think I put it for only allow this time before I set up this test. So we'll have to rerun Groupon. That's my bad. I was a little unprepared there. I actually clicked on the one that says only this time before. Let's hit Groupon. And you've seen there wasn't a massive difference. That pop-up got in the way on the right now. Now it gets in the way on the left, whatever. Let's just go into categories. Let's see health and fitness over here. And you'll see when scrolling, some people talk about how there is noticeable stutter on scrolling. Well, there is sometimes in certain apps that aren't well optimized. I do notice other apps, like most of the Google stuff, is super smooth. It depends on the app. And I also experienced that on some other Android phones. So there is some updates I think that need to come to Pixel 9 Pro XL. Faster there on the game. That's good. That's looking good for the 9 Pro XL. That was faster on the game. And I don't find too much issues with most of your mobile games on these phones. I know a lot of people like to talk about how this ain't the fastest phone out there. It was faster there, again, even on this basic game, though, for the Pixel 9 Pro XL. I know how people like to talk about how, oh, this game's horrible, this phone's not the best for gaming. It might not be the best for gaming, but it's actually usable. It's not like it's some weak performance, like it can't play games. Like, I'm able to play mobile games don't require as much power as you might think. Most of them don't. And a lot of people tell me in the comments, I don't even play games on my phone. And then some people say, I do play games on my phone, and this phone is just not powerful enough for me. So it just really depends on the person, how much games you play. But honestly, both of these can run games, even PUBG, even Free Fire, just fine. No major issues whatsoever. I will say, though, that if you want to rock solid the best performance on a phone for games, I wouldn't pick these up for that. But that's not why you go here. You go here for the AI stuff. You come here for the Google experience, the Google stock apps that are very well optimized, and just the whole Google-fied experience is just the best, I think, on the Pixel. If you want to use the Google suite of software, it's the best here. I really do think that in terms of the Google apps. Let's go into Geekbench. And that was pretty similar. You can see this is probably why it's actually booting a lot of these apps a little faster. We have a slightly higher clock speed on pretty much every cluster. So that's probably explaining why we're getting better performance. You'll see there on the left. So definitely, I would say after this app test, again, a lot of the speed tests these days are always looking a little bit just like a very small change. And you can actually see why in the Geekbench, like I mentioned earlier, the clock speeds are higher. It snapped a lot of these apps open a little bit faster. And while, it's not the most impressive thing in the world, this is, you're upgrading to the Pixel 9 Pro XL from older phones for the thinner bezels, for the shape, the newer premium look. This is the first time a Pixel looks incredibly premium. But this one did too as well, but this one looks extremely premium this year. And for the long battery life, the Gemini software, all that stuff, the great cameras. So having even better performance than last year, only a year-over-year upgrade, I'm pretty happy with it. I would like to see the G5 or a Snapdragon in here one day, maybe just get a little bit stronger, get a little bit closer to those, A18 or Snapdragon chips. But for for day-to-day tasks, I'm not disappointed. These do the job. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at the RAM management now. This is one of the areas I talked about before. It was just basically flawless because of the 16 gigs of RAM. And of course, you still have to do the double swipe here. This is not like a Samsung phone with the good lock module, but everything holds very well in the background, and it really is impressive. Like, this is one of the best areas of having 16 gigs of RAM on any phone. And I know they put the 16 gigs of RAM not so Nick Ackerman channel can do RAM management tests. They did it because the AI is very demanding. If they want this phone to be supported for several years to come, it's a very smart move to put 16 gigs of RAM. The 16 Pro Max just got launched and the thing only has 8 gigs of RAM when it could have easily had 12, but it only has 8. So this 16 gigs of RAM might not be the most impressive thing in the world right now, but you wait till years down the line when the Pixel still performs amazingly well, it's going to be down to this 16 gigs of RAM. And if I go over here, you can see how well it just holds things. YouTube refreshed the trending tab, but if we go over here, held that just fine. We'll go over here to Play Store, and all this is good. I remember the days when you could swipe through a phone, even some older Pixel phones, and it would just get really slow. So that's very good. How about the Pixel 8 Pro? Now, I never really had an issue with the Pixel 8 Pro either. As I swipe through, you could see beautiful performance as well. Also, the Pixel 8 Pro has had way more updates than the Pixel 9 Pro. So I think it even looks maybe nicer here. This is also 12 gigs of RAM, so this is still future-proof for quite some time as well on the Pixel 8 Pro. And you could see, loads in pretty well. It wasn't that long ago. I think it was like the 6 Pro. I was having a few issues when it came to the RAM management. They really have been going to town here, and while they might not have the fastest CPUs out there, they do have really good RAM management on these Pixels. They hold these apps very well in the background. It's a really good experience there. All right, so here is our final scores and a really weird turn of events here. While my Pixel 9 Pro XL actually finished the test first, take a look at the multi-core score. Why is this lower than the 8 Pro? I'm not exactly sure, but we definitely got a higher single core, lower on the right here. Let's see if my single core or my multi-core was messed up here. So multi-core, and you'll see that typically this one gets around the 3879. So what I'm going to do here, because I feel like something's a little weird there, is I'm going to power both these phones off, let them cool down for a minute. I'm going to rerun that test and see if I get the same results. So the Pixel 9 Pro is off, 9 Pro XL, and the Pixel 8 Pro is shutting down right now. I'm going to give this about 5 minutes. Then I'm gonna come back with some new results. Both of these are getting a full reboot now, and I'm gonna run the Geekbench 6 test here once again. I'll show you the temperature of these phones right now. All right, so let's go ahead and measure the temperature here. Google Pixel 9 Pro XL, and you can see it's running right about 96 degrees. So I'm gonna go ahead and run that CPU benchmark. And here is the Pixel 8 Pro XL, and that's running a little toastier at right around, let's see if we can find a hotter point. Up by the camera, right around 97, 98 degrees. So a little bit toastier than the Pixel 9 Pro XL. So I'm going to run these CPU benchmarks once again. And you might be wondering, why are you running this again? You just got the scores. Is because I think there's a little something suspect about that multi-core score. So I just want to ensure that this is the same score both times around. Okay, so after a cooldown, a restart, and I close all the apps before doing this as well, I should mention, I actually got a lower single core score on the Pixel 9 Pro XL and a higher multi-core score, getting closer there to the 8 Pro there. This one I got a 3747, so still once again in the multi-core score higher on the Pixel 8 Pro, kind of weird there. And 1423. So they boosted the clock speed, but overall we have neither one of these are massively different, though. It's pretty close overall, but just a little bit different in the multi versus the single core scores here. Let's see if things change in the 3D Mark Wildlife benchmarks. We're going to do an extreme test and I will be back. Okay, so here's our final 3D Mark Wildlife scores, and the Pixel overall scored better. And that's on the 9 Pro XL versus the 8 Pro by about 110 points. So this shows that Geekbench doesn't say the whole story. It also had about a 1 frame rate better frames per second. These are averaging right around that 15 mark. This scores better than 52% of devices. This scores better than 48% of devices. So I think what this is going to showcase here is that the Pixel 9 Pro XL, while it has many improvements, the CPU is a mild improvement. It's not massive. It's not a huge one. But there are a lot of other huge improvements to the design and other elements of the phone that make it a nice choice. But definitely here in the benchmarks, it's not looking like, from a technical performance standpoint, it's way, way ahead. So this is an area there Google can bump it up a little bit more on the next Pixel model. All right, guys, so let's go ahead and launch the cameras and see which one could do that first. And you can see it looked like the Pixel 9 Pro XL had a slight bump. Yeah, a little faster, I think. Hitting that shutter, pretty similar. You also see improvements in the camera department. There's not many. They're pretty close, but overall, they both do that pixel processing after the fact. Really nice camera options. Pixel has always been known for having great cameras, and these are no exceptions here on these two Pixel models on this video. So before I head up out of here, I just want to go ahead and see if we're pulling in better download, upload speeds here. Same Wi-Fi networks here, same servers. Let me just confirm that on the Pixel 8 Pro. And pulling in massive download speeds. I guess everybody's sleeping here right now or not on the internet. Near a 630 down. That's pretty darn fast. Also, the upload pulling in right around at 24 upload. That's usually what I get on my speed tests. And again, I know this is network dependent based on my network here. But at the same time, since they're on the same network, we could kind of see if one is doing better than the other. And the Pixel 8 Pro, look at this thing go. Oh my goodness, 700 down. So the Pixel 8 Pro pulling in even better. Holy, look at that, 762. That is incredible. Over here, we do have ourselves 23.7. So not a massive disparity, but definitely a little bit better download on the right. Over here, both of them do have 5G. Both of them have good modems. So it's going to be a pretty decent experience here on both of these phones. As phones, download speeds, upload speeds, all that good stuff. It's going to be a good experience on both. So what is my conclusion I'm coming away with here? Should you upgrade to a Pixel 9 Pro XL from an 8 Pro? Probably not. From a 7 Pro, yeah, I think so. Also from a 6 Pro, yeah. And if you're getting a big trade-in discount, why not? It has a better looking design. It has a bigger battery, a slightly bigger screen. It also does have just a nicer overall CPU performance in terms of the clock speed. So it gives you a little bit of a boost, more RAM, so it's more future-proofed than the Pixel 8 Pro. But personally for me, the big deal here is its AI focus and its premium build. It just feels like the most polished, refined Pixel yet ever. So definitely I like it more than the 8 Pro. But from a pure speed perspective, I would not upgrade just for speed. As was proven in this video, it's not like that much better that this area of the phone you would want to consider upgrade. But it's still an awesome phone, and I think Google is in the right direction here. I am really excited to see where they go for their 10th generation Pixel next year. So if you found this video helpful, entertaining, informing, any of those things, it doesn't always have to be so much faster than the last phone for it to be entertaining. So do me a favor, if you found this entertaining, click the like button for me, subscribe if you haven't already, and let me know your thoughts and what else you want to see going forward. I'll catch you on the next episode. Nick here. Be sure to be well, and peace.